Hi, my name's Rob Larkin. I'm with Larkin Mortuaries in Salt Lake City, Utah. Our family's been in the mortuary business for over 130 years. I'm glad you're with us today. Let me show you around. My great-great-grandfather, George William Larkin, was sent to Ogden by Brigham Young to oversee the Ogden City Cemetery. And then my great-grandfather, his son Alma, in 1912 opened up a mortuary in Salt Lake City. We've got 4 locations now. One downtown, Salt Lake, which is where kind of our headquarters is located. We have a large location out in Sandy. We have a new location in Riverton. And then we have a location up by the University of Utah. Another big thing that probably sets Larkin apart is that we've vertically integrated our companies so that all of our subsidiaries contribute to the parent company. So Larkin has 4 companies: Larkin Mortuaries, which are our 4 different facilities, and then Larkin Memorial Corporation, which is our cemetery side of things. So at 2 of our locations, we have combination mortuary cemetery facilities. On those cemeteries, we have indoor-outdoor mausoleum, which are above-ground burial crypts. Another one of our companies is our flower shops, which is called the Rose Shop, and we have 3 locations. And then within the Rose Shop, we have our wedding center, which is Le Jardin, which are the greenhouses and outdoor receptions and that. So beautiful indoor, outdoor gardens year-round. Another one of our companies is called Rocky Mountain Monument and Vault Corporation. Rocky Mountain is manufacturing of burial vaults. So we have the Doric franchise for the state of Utah, which is a national burial vault. We also produce a standard burial box in our concrete manufacturing building. And then in our headstone design, we manufacture and sandblast granite headstones. And that starts out in our design area where a family would come in and meet with one of our computer graphic designers who would then lay out what they're imagining. And then that concept is then taken over to be applied onto the granite stones. So under the Larkin family of companies, we probably have about 145 employees. We probably have somewhere between 15 and 20 licensed funeral directors that help with embalming, help serve families, go on services. We're a full-service florist. We send flowers around the corner or around the world. We started doing wedding receptions when our sexton asked us if they could do their daughter's wedding reception in our greenhouse. And we kind of thought about it for a minute and said, sure, why not? And then about a month later or so, we had somebody that went to that reception ask if they could do their daughter's reception in the greenhouse. And it has just blossomed from there. So now we have 2 separate greenhouses. We do about 200 wedding receptions on an annual basis. We also do funeral luncheons or receptions that follow funerals. Some families, some brides-to-be come in and look at the wedding reception center, and then they kind of step back and think, oh, do I want to have all my friends and family coming to a cemetery, you know? And usually they come into the greenhouses and all of that is just forgotten because of the beauty and the magic of everything. I've had some families actually come to us because of a relative, like maybe their father is buried at our cemetery and they want to do their wedding and everything close to where their dad is. Utah is predominantly LDS. A service at a church typically lasts probably about an hour and 20 minutes, I would say, is probably an average LDS service. The family is really pretty involved with the services and they take a big portion, either speaking or praying, which is really in turn good for their grieving and everything that way. It helps them through a lot of that process. Funeral potatoes are shredded potatoes like hash browns or something like that that are mixed up with, I think it's a mayonnaise and then they're cooked and with cheese put into them and all of that. And so it's an easy like casserole dish that is big at like LDS services and that. So everybody has funeral potatoes. We belong to a lot of associations in the funeral industry. We belong to National Funeral Directors Association, Utah Funeral Directors Association, ICCFA, CANA. Probably the one that we belong to that has made the biggest difference is Selected Independent Funeral Homes, which are family-owned and operated funeral companies across the nation and across the world. We get together and we're able to visit with like-minded individuals, comparative-sized funeral homes, see what they're doing, what ideas they've come up with. I think since we've been doing that for probably the last 7 or 8 years, we've really taken Larkin from being a good funeral home to a really premium, great funeral home. So right now in the business, we've got 3 generations working. So Lance Larkin, who's my uncle, is president and CEO. And then myself and my cousin Spencer, which is the 5th generation, we're both vice presidents. And then my son Nick is one of our managers, and he's a 6th generation. In our mission statement, we've basically been in the business to care for others and to provide genuine care. And so that's really the basis for what we do. Our facilities, our vehicles, our grounds, everything is very nice and well kept, and we always reinvest a lot of money back into the business. A lot of that's probably been set by example from our forefathers and teaching us how to work hard. Well, I've appreciated being able to share with you today some of our funeral facilities and what we do here in Salt Lake City. Thanks, Funeral Cribs. Stay tuned for the next episode.